Hi there, it's another tarot sesh for Leo. I'm the Cannastrologer. My name is Abby, and this is another reading for the end of July 2024. Ooh, left ear ringing really hard right as I start this. So, but anytime you're seeing this, whenever the message, is received, then that's when it's meant for you. Don't try to force anything or make it fit. Do understand that energy can be crisscross, flip-flopped, and or reversed. Okay, so Leo, the song that I had on pre-shuffle for you when I was getting the cards together is... And it was funny because I was actually trying to switch playlists, but this one, it came on immediately, and I was like, this is the song. It's called Vegas, which is where I live, and it's by Doja Cat. And before the song, like I said, it started immediately, but before it started, the words and everything, in my head, I got someone lost a bet. Could be a Cancer. So that's what I was hearing. So you might be dealing with Cancer. You could have Cancer somewhere strong in your chart, but maybe somebody lost a bet. But when some of the lyrics, you ain't nothing but a hound dog, and then dog play, I get it. Frog play, I get it. Understand. You ain't a man, or something like that. It's like somebody doing something just really wrong. Potentially making a really slimy bet. Betting on somebody for a really shady reason or something like that, right? I just heard bet. Bet, that's right. Okay. So anyway, let's get into this. Leo. What do we have for Leo for the end of July for their higher peace, power, protection, and prosperity for the greater good? And welcome back all of my returning Leo subscribers. If you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way you get notified of all of my upcoming content. Leo, please. End of July. They're popping up. They want to say something. What do they want? Oh. That doesn't surprise me. Okay. Underneath the deck, we've got Vulture. That's funny. I'm saying that's funny because we also got Turkey. And then we have Feather. Are you kidding me? It's like bird, feather. Wow. Okay, so underneath the deck we have Vulture. Depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Vulture. And then we have Feather, Turkey, and Boat. And I'll go into those explanations in just a second. But already I'm seeing a theme. Wow, that was 4 all at once. Underneath the deck, Teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. So, female, female, male, male. Not unsuccessful plans. Okay, Leo. I feel like you have a lot going on, multiple things. So I don't feel like this is going to be just one storyline. It doesn't even have to be your whole storyline. It could be parts of a storyline. Just take it as it resonates. And if any of it does, please make sure that you drop a comment in the comments below and let me know, if we're vibing on the same frequency. Okay, so we start out, we had Vulture and Teapot. Depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you, and deep friendship with someone of the same sex. I feel like some of you may feel like that person is against you, or you may be confiding in that person that you feel like there are people against you. Okay. Feather, someone you know is undependable and insincere. Then we have Turkey, which is close to Vulture, right? Someone is behaving stupidly. Now, that could be someone else. That also could be you. Take it as it resonates. I'm not dragging anybody. I'm just the messenger. Then we have Boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. That could be why somebody's behaving stupidly. Money does dumb things to people, Then we have Rose, romance is in the air. Cup, like teacup. which is interesting because we have teapot and then we have the cup. You should accept valid criticism. So that deep friendship with someone of the same sex, they may be giving you some kind of constructive criticism, and you should accept it as valid criticism. Don't get offended by anything that's said. And then we have basket, recognition, reward for merit, knot, like a knot in a rope, unsuccessful plans. That also could mean like a marriage. Tying the knot. Well, this one is breaking apart, so it's unsuccessful. Finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the future, and that could be potentially like a marriage in the future. So just, keep that into consideration too. So, that's the energy going into this. Like I said, it's all not like one whole storyline. But let's dive into the tarot. What do we have for Leo, please? For the end of July. What do we have for tarot? For Leo. Yeah, July is like a wedding month. It's showing a finger. It's not like a wedding finger, but it's like, there's not a ring on it. And there's unsuccessful plans. So somebody could be like going to a wedding and maybe something is not happening successfully. I hope not. But let me know. Have you ever heard of that? Somebody was talking about that on Facebook. They were like, have you ever been to a wedding where like the person didn't show up or it didn't go through? And I'm like, no, I haven't. But I've heard of it. But it's mostly you see it in movies, right? But I know it happens. Okay, so the energy going into this is justice, speaking of. And this is Libra energy. It's all about the scales, right? So use your intuition to set your moral compass. What is right, what is wrong. What is good, what is bad. Truth, clarity, cause and effect, eternal justice, balance, fairness, and accountability. Need to balance priorities and decisions. So you may be making some big decisions because maybe somebody could be behaving stupidly and they're independable and insincere. So it's like you got to think about that. Maybe talking about it with a friend. Accept some valid criticism. Get some recognition and reward for merit. But I don't know. There could be a problem now or in the near future. It's like I'm also hearing, respond to the red flags. Don't ignore them. Like if you've seen some red flags, don't forget that, because that could create unsuccessful plans. And parts of this could just be a warning to you so that you can take the steps to avoid this in the future. That's why you're watching these. All right, let's get into it. Leo, please. What do we got for Leo? So we've got justice. Justice in the air. Y'all, the devil. I was about to say one person's justice is another person's karma. Interesting. So we have the Devil, the Emperor, and the King of Pentacles, all very strong, powerful energies. The Emperor wanted to fall, it fell in reverse, and then it kind of spun around again to its side. When I picked it up upright, but I was feeling that it was kind of negative, teetering, right? I'm going to read it upright, but I'm also going to let you know what it means upside down in reverse, because I feel like somebody needs to grow up. Underneath the deck, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. And this is Taurus energy, Earth energy. The card is like all about looking back on what you have achieved and setting new goals. And so it's like the seeds that you planted in the past, and looking back at how they've grown and where you want to go from here. It's also a card about control, mastery, investigation, and responsibility. It's like investigation on your life, not others, right? But your life and responsibility. How are you being responsible for yourself and your world? Planning, progress, perseverance, diligence, reflection, necessity, and remembering. Like remembering back on the good old days, or back when you started something, or whatever. So that's the underlying energy and or what you don't see coming. But I feel like you've already kind of been thinking about this, like reflecting. Then we have the devil. So the devil typically is a card of toxicity and negativity. And it also can stand for Capricorn. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn or have that somewhere in your chart. But this is just like negative, toxic feelings, feeling like you're connected or strapped or bound to something that you can't break away from. It is Capricorn, right? Earth energy, but it's all about bondage, materialism, obsession, chains, shadow self, repression, and powerlessness. And you're only limited by like what you believe is possible, but it's like when you're in this negative mindset, it's hard to see anything positive, right? And so that's where that bondage is. And it's a card of responsibility and balance, harmony and alignment. And you would think like, well, how is the devil like about harmony and alignment? But to be on like 100% real with you, like with anything, if it's witchcraft, if it's spirituality, it's like it's all about the light and the dark, right? The positive and the negative. It's the yin and the yang. With one, you have to have the other. You can't have one without the other, in order for it to balance. So then we have, and that was, okay, so I feel like somebody is coming either out of a toxic period or they still could be kind of toxic because, like I said, this Emperor card did technically fall in reverse. And it was trying to flip around, but it's Aries energy, fire energy. The Emperor, he's the king of all kings. He's got all of the elements within him. But this card stands for a need for hard work, organization, and foundations. And I feel like, somebody could have been coming from a toxic kind of mindset, could have been too much drinking, too much partying, too much of something, right? And now wanting to run this Emperor role, but he's, out there gallivanting or whatever. Own your space with confidence is kind of like, the Emperor's role, like motto. He typically stands for war, conquest, victory, strife, ambition, divine masculine structure, and control. But when he's in reverse, though, he's not an energy to be messed with. But also it's like a failure. He's like failure to lead, ineffectiveness, immaturity, weakness, unreasoning, and overbearing. It's just annoying, right? He becomes a big freaking baby who can't get anything done. So, but also he can sometimes get a little evil, manipulative, because he has that fire energy in him. All right, so you could be dealing with somebody like that or be in the energy of that. I want to say for many of you, you're more of the Emperor, upright, owning your space and your confidence and leading with authority and taking accountability for things. But for others of you, I feel like, you could be coming out of that toxic energy because the Emperor in reverse is toxic, to be honest with you. Either it's you or you're dealing with somebody who is. So then we have 5, the King of Pentacles, this is good. It's, the King of Pentacles, he's also the fire of Earth, Pentacles. And this is crazy, all this fire energy you are a fire sign, but you've got a lot of it here. And fire and earth energy. Continue to solve issues in practical ways, which means, with that fire energy, reining that in a little bit. Not addressing everything with passion so much as you got to be logical, grounded and logical as well, which is the King of Pentacles energy, right? And energy of the unexpected, conflict, movement, and change. He's good, really good at being able to take chaotic situations and mindfully, strategically, logically figuring it out, right? Practical, realistic, solid, good character, intelligent, steady, reliable, and providing. The King of Pentacles likes to take care of everybody around him. So you might even be dealing with somebody. You could be dealing with like 2 or more people. You could be dealing with I see a couple that are bound together, but something could maybe potentially not be going through. Could be like an unsuccessful marriage or something like that. But it's like, whatever happens, somebody continues to move on in this King of Pentacles energy, being realistic and solid and grounded, right? And then I feel like it's at that point where then you'll be in the Seven of Pentacles energy, looking back on what you've achieved and being able to set new goals, but from a more regal, assertive kind of space. Right, we're already 15 minutes in, but that was a long explanation. I don't know. If you guys are feeling me on this, make sure you smash that like button and drop a comment in the comments below. I was having somebody tell me, and I think it was, well, anyway, I said it in the last reading in Cancer or whatever, but they were saying, you need to smile more. And I'm like, I know I get serious in some of these readings, but I have to be more expressive. It's my channel. I don't care. I don't even need to show my face. Might do that. Underneath the deck, as we go into the clarification, we've got the Strength card. So strength is all about, courage and having the strength to get through hard times, hardships. You could have been exerting strength to get through something, and it could have been this toxic energy. Someone behaving stupidly. It doesn't necessarily have to be you. It could be somebody around you, and that takes a lot of strength to get through. If it's a loved one or a family member or something like that, that stuff's hard, But what comes around goes around. That 8, infinity. This is an 8 year, 2024. What you did in the past is coming around now, karma. What you do now will come back to you in the future. These are lessons to be learned. Okay, so, clarification. That was what we had. It's the Devil. Thank you for Leo. I knew that was going to come out for some reason. Page of Wands. What's the Emperor, please, for Leo? Thank you. And what's the King of Pentacles? Thank you. So, for some of you, that Emperor could have really been in reverse, because we've got the Page of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, and 2 of Pentacles. Something did not work out. It feels like it's not working out. And that makes sense. So we've got the 2 of Wands clarifying the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles, like I said, is looking back on what you've achieved and set new goals. The 2 of Wands is basically kind of talking about the same. It's like reflecting on your experiences from the past, what you gained from that, and how you're going to use that information to courageously move forward. That's what this is. Planning. This is, set, like, thinking about and setting new goals. This is the planning of those new goals. So that makes a lot of sense. Clarifying the Devil, we've got the Page of Wands. There could have been something that you started. There could have been something that you started and you weren't cautious enough about. It could have been a marriage or a relationship. You may have thought, I'm going to give this a try or whatever, but it was toxic. Okay? Then we've got the Emperor. This is Aries energy, so you could have been dealing with an Aries or just like rose into your Aries power, right? And decided like this had to end, or maybe it was like kicking somebody out, or you could have potentially been kicked out. But I feel like regardless, the message for you is own your space with confidence. So you could have actually kicked somebody out and owned your actual space with confidence. And it's funny because space, 4s, like the 4 of Wands and the Tarot, it talks about home. 4 corners of a house, home, foundation, building. So then we've got the King of Pentacles. Now that's Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy. He's the king of the earth. And it is about, conflict, movement, and change. So there could have been some kind of change. Could have been with a King of Pentacles potentially also. But, then we've got it's clarified by the Two of Pentacles, which talks about making a choice, making a decision, taking a direction. It could also be taking a new job, because King of Pentacles is about money and, reliability and providing and good character. He's a provider. He likes to take care of everybody around him. But it's like, which direction do I take with this person? Or maybe that's you making a choice having to do with your stability, foundation, pentacles, money, that type of energy. And that's for the end of July, or whenever you're seeing this. So there'll be some choices to make, but it has to do with money. And honestly, like, I feel like you could be getting out of this a tough situation, feeling like you've been left out in the cold, or maybe you had to leave somebody out in the cold. You'll get past that, but you're still going to have to make some choices. And you'll be feeling reflecting back on your growth after the fact. And it could be you could have had to leave somebody out because somebody was acting dumb, stupidly. But also, if you're having a talk with somebody, accept valid criticism. It's while somebody could be acting stupidly and it could be their fault, right? You have to look at all angles, look at all sides. Accept valid criticism. Underneath the deck, we've got Asupa, Vision. I was talking about yin and yang earlier, and that's kind of what this card is about too. Opposites attract, work together in opposite ways, but with the same vision. Then top of the deck, we've got Vry, Freedom. I love this card. Feeling free, financial freedom, just your soul feeling free. There's a disco ball. She's holding up a cannabis leaf in front of a disco ball. Okay, so we'll read Asupa first. 56. Somebody could be 56 years old or be born in 1956. Okay, so Asupa is the card of dreams and illuminates the inner world of your fears, hopes, and feelings. So this is the card of the dreamer, the creative, the artist, the musician, and the free spirit. And notice they're saying free, right? And the other card is freedom. So that's interesting. It is time to listen to the symbolism coming forth in your dreams. And when this card appears in your spread, it is time to ask yourself, am I ignoring my shadow self? Am I having nightmares because of unresolved issues that I keep replaying? So it's if you have shadow work to do, don't ignore it. That's going to help you ascend and get past any kind of toxicity in your past. That could be what that is, ignoring your shadow self, for sure. So now, freedom. In order to find freedom, Vry. 20. So Vry allows you to merge with the innocence that surrounds you. Every new encounter is an experience that brings the potential to restore the unshakable faith you held as a child when freedom was never an afterthought. Vry dances freely under the disco ball on the dance floor, uninhibited because she believes in the spirit of things happening for their highest good. Here is the freedom to trust yourself before someone makes you doubt yourself. The past cannot be changed, so she dances in the present while creating her future with a smile on her face. The dog dances beside her as a symbol of protection. Vry holds a cannabis leaf in one hand, which represents her open heart and innocence. From her other hand, a streaming pillar of light emerges like the wand. Oh, I love that. This card arrives when the veil begins to lift and your biocomputer begins to deprogram with the cannabis plant spirit's guidance. If you receive Vry in a reading, ask yourself, what's the best thing that can happen today? How does it get any better than this? Am I afraid to ask what I want because of the risk of rejection or denial? Release fear and believe in your higher self. The higher plant spirit is guiding you not to fail, which is fantastic because it's once you release that negative thought pattern and that feeling of not being able to feel free, that is when, any visions that you have, you're able to manifest, because you're not, holding yourself back. And that actually is kind of like doing your shadow work too. It's like learning how to, turn that smile upside down, right? Or turn that frown upside down. It's like switch your mind and negative thought when the times that you need to raise your vibration higher in order to be able to manifest faster. So, message for someone. Okay, and last but not least, we've got our little deck of dreams. This is a newer oracle that I started playing with. It's pretty cool. So let's see if any of you guys resonate with this. Okay. Also, somebody could like dancing. I am so not even surprised. Okay, so this card, Watches and Clocks, was on the top of the deck when I was during pre-shuffle, and I saw it. So underneath the deck, we start with clarification. We start with Watches and Clocks. It's a beautiful imagery. The clocks and wrist watches in your dreams are usually unreliable timekeepers. They speed up, slow down, or their numbers scramble themselves. It seems our midnight minds don't share our near-religious belief in the objectivity of time. So let the timepieces in your dreams remind you that time is more flexible than the ticking of your bedside clock implies. Seeing a clock or watch in your dream might also reflect your anxiety about time management or about time passing you by. Expensive wristwatches might indicate how you value time, or they might be encouraging you to spend time doing what you value. Grandfather clocks or pocket watches from another era can represent your connection to deceased relatives or ancestors. If you or someone you are close to is facing a serious diagnosis or is close to death, the clock in your dream might reflect concerns about running out of time. Today, transcend the illusion of time by immersing yourself in the present moment, or view your situation from the perspective of your past or future self. So that's beautiful. Then top of the deck, we've got insects. You could be seeing a lot of insects. We are in the midsummer, and at least where I'm at, it's super hot. So all the insects are trying to come inside because it's even too hot for them. We usually treat insects as unwelcome guests. We seal fixtures in our house. I can't talk. We seal fixtures in our homes, douse ourselves with repellents when venture outdoors, and surround ourselves with swatters and zappers to keep our airspace clean of them. But the insects that buzz, creep, and skitter across your dreams have lessons for you. Their survival strategies include robust reproduction, migration, the ability to sting when threatened. Their small size in most cases lets them slip into the tight spaces to find safety. Sure, keep your living space clear of them, but you can welcome the spiders, ants, and even cockroaches and more who visit your dreams. They may be prompting you to consider what's bugging you. Have you been stung by someone lately? Itching to get things done? Might you benefit from the insect's unique ability to weave webs of story, of intrigue, work cooperatively, or survive against all odds? View your dream through the bug's eyes. Then use your imagination like antenna and be alert for the wisdom that this winged or many-legged visitor has for you. And as I was reading this, I also got the download too. If you come across bugs, whether it's in your dreams or as a spirit insect or spirit animal, look it up immediately, Google. Say spider, for instance, spiritual meaning of a spider. And you'll be surprised. Sometimes, a lot of times, the insects that we think are, bad or can sting us or hurt us end up having very positive meanings for coming into our life. It's just that we freak out and manifest the worst, that could potentially happen from that situation, and then it happens, not knowing that we created that in the first place. If we just would have stayed calm and, clarification, thought about the positive meaning of why this situation is happening, then we could manifest a more positive outcome as well. So that's where I'm going to, clarification again, that's where I'm going to leave this at, Leo. If any of this resonated, brought you clarity or insight, make sure you drop a comment in the comments below. If you're interested in a personal reading, I have all of that information in the description below this video. Also, if you like coconut water like I do, I have a good friend who owns this company, CocoLoveWater.com. It's straight from source. It is the best freaking coconut water that you'll ever have, and it can be shipped right to your door. And if you use Cannastrologer 15, you'll get 15% off of your order. So I have all of that information in the description below this video too. Go check them out. And as you know, it's Together We Grow. I really appreciate this time and energy. Make sure you check out all the other videos on the channel. Like and share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace.